Right, happy homebrew, happy eating Stenson back again. I know I haven't done a video for ages, but I thought this one would be quite useful. Okay, so can you get a decent shot from here to see what I'm doing? Right, now I don't know whether any of you have got a Lavazza machine or an Nespresso coffee machine. Now the Lavazza machines I've got is a Fantasia, which is an old machine, and you can't get the pods for them anymore, or it's difficult and expensive to get the pods. So I've worked out a way of refilling them. So if you look at the pods, what I've done is I've just cut the silver foil top off and emptied it out. Now you can put the coffee in a composter or whatever and reuse it. So if you look at the back of where the holes get impregnated into the Lavazza machine, they look like a complete random pattern, but they're not. If you look, this one has been reused a lot of times, so it's not so good as a new pod. But you can see a pattern 4 and a 2. That's 4 and a 2. So you have to rotate it to get it in the right orientation. Now, when you put it into the machine, you put the 2 at the top because they go in that way, and the prongs on the machine, the Lavazza machine, go into the same holes. So that doesn't destroy the pod. So that's the secret of all of this. So all you do is you clean out a pod, dry it, leave it overnight, dry it or whatever, but I'll leave them overnight. Then you buy a coffee, whatever favourite coffee you've got. So you fill it into the little pot, the little pod, and then you can use a spoon or whatever. I've got one of these proper coffee things. So what you do is you then press that down, not too hard, but reasonably hard. Okay, and then just clean it off with your finger. Okay, press it again, clean it off with your finger. Right, now this is espresso blend, which is what you really need. Now you can see then, what I've bought is this aluminium tape, which you can buy from a DIY store, which is sticky backed. Now I've started one of these because they're a bit difficult to rip the silver foil off. But all you do, very simple, rip the silver foil off, stick that on the top. Doesn't matter if it's not a perfect fit, right? Run your finger around it so it's stuck. Then turn it over, press it onto something hard surface, not so hard that you break the pod. And then you just go around with your finger and stick it down. Okay, then what I'll do is I'll just then go around crimping it like crimping a pie. Right, and there you've got a refill pod. It doesn't work perfect, but it's better than throwing the machine away, because they are a brilliant machine. I think they're the best system, actually. You can't reuse them forever and ever because you end up with a back like that eventually, because the holes don't go exactly in the same place. But that one, these pods I've used at least 10 times now. So it's saving a fortune and not throwing the machine away. Plus, you can put what your favourite coffee in. Now, Nespresso ones are even easier. The old-fashioned Nespresso pods, which are getting more difficult to get because they keep changing the design. So you've got to buy a new machine. All you've got to do with those is, again, cut the silver foil off the top, knock the coffee out, give it a clean, and what you'll end up with is that. So I'll do the same thing again. Drop your coffee in, fill it up, like that. I'll prod it down, pick it up and prod it down. It's better to pick these up because these pods tend to be aluminium. Now if they do dent a little bit, it doesn't really matter. And if they dent when you wash them, just put your finger in. Now this is exactly the same. All you do, silver foil cut into a square on the top, fold it down all the way, same method. Okay, push it down onto a hard surface, not squeezing because you'll collapse the pod itself. But on these you've got the holes which are printed in the bottom, so this is really easy. All you do is you get a bit of silver foil, same thing except you put it over the bottom and you just push it in like that, and then smooth it round Bob's your uncle, right? So you've got then a refilled Nespresso pod. Same principle. You can put what coffee you like in. Now, if you don't think that they work, there's one that I've made, the same, and that's one that's come out the machine. So you can see the top as impregnated perfectly, and you can see the little holes in the bottom as impregnated perfectly. So you can now fill Nespresso pods, and you can save your Lavazza machine. Okay, so I hope that's been helpful for you. Okay, so happy homebrew, happy eating Stenson. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe and share.